guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Natalie, and today we are watching nothing. We are ranking movies. Welcome back to my channel, everyone. Thank you so much for being here, and welcome if you're new. Today, we are doing a little 200K celebration by ranking some of the movies that I have watched here on my channel so far. A little while back, I did a post on my community tab thanking you guys for reaching 200K. I can't believe it. Quite honestly, it doesn't really feel real that there are 200K of you here. Thank you so much for subscribing if you're subscribed. Thank you so much for watching the videos. If you've watched a lot of the other videos, I really, really appreciate it. And it's made me so happy to see how much this community here has grown, especially as we've continued to watch a variety of content here. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this channel grows in the future and seeing what kind of movies we dive into and shows we dive into and how this audience and how you guys grow and change as we watch new stuff together. I'm really excited to see what the future has in store. And it's crazy because 200K to me is like such an unfathomable. It's a really big number. It blows my mind to think that, you know, next year this channel might be even bigger and there might be more of you guys here. But for now, I'm really grateful and really excited. And I did a post on my community tab asking you guys if you thought there was anything special that I should do for 200K. And outside of reactions, because there were a lot of really fun suggestions in there that I definitely want to get to, someone suggested, I'll post their username over here. I literally looked at it earlier and I already forgot it. I'm so sorry. Thank you for suggesting this tier list idea, but I thought it was a really fun suggestion and definitely a fun way to look back on all of the videos and things that we've watched together here over the past year and a half or so. I mean, the time has really flown by, and I think this will be a nice, fun way to reflect on what happened over the last year or so, at least for me. But without any further ado, I think we should just hop right into it. I'm going to pop up the tier list, and I'll also quickly say that I don't plan on doing the shows, and I'm not going to do every single movie I've seen, but we are going to do a lot of them. I think, you know, I'm going to pick and choose some to exclude because I just don't want this video to drag on for too long, but we'll definitely do a fair amount of the movies that we've watched together. All right, and yes, I'm going to use Photoshop to do this. I feel like there should be a way that I can zoom on this, but I literally don't know how. So I thought we could go in chronological order from when I watched these movies on my channel. Oh my God, my really old videos. So let's start with the OG, the first thing I ever watched here on my channel, and that is Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. So this movie was great. I really liked it. I feel like the ending was the best part of the whole movie. Very suspenseful with the timer. I loved R2-D2 and C-3PO. I just think it was a great kickoff for a new series. In terms of from a filmmaking perspective, you know, there were some cheesy moments like Luke looking off into the sunset, Mark Hamill's acting in general was just kind of cheesy. But I really like this movie and it's very, very fun and sweet. So I think I'm gonna give it an A. I think this one deserves an A because actually, truth be told, this might be my favorite Star Wars movie of all time. I'm not gonna lie. I think this might be my favorite. Next, Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back. This one, amazing. Very good. Luke beginning his Jedi training. Yoda, great. The dramatic scene between Luke and Darth Vader, which if you saw it in theaters and you didn't know it was coming, it must have been an incredible surprise. Great movie. I'm gonna give this an A as well. Next, Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. So this one, not as good, in my opinion, personally. I think the writing just got a little cheesier for this one. The acting got a little cheesier. In particular, the scene between Luke and Leia when she's like discovering that they're related really skeeved me out. I just thought it was super cheesy. What?
Leia's my sister.
What? Ew, they've kissed. But the ending scene, the battle between Darth Vader and Luke, definitely saved this movie and made it enjoyable. So I will give it a B. I think it deserves a B just because of that ending battle. If it didn't have that ending battle, I'd give this movie a D or C, to be honest. But the ending battle and the scene between, you know, Luke and his dad is really great. That saves the movie. Next, Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Now this one, it's different. I love Liam Neeson, so there's that. I could see why it's not a lot of people's favorites, gets a little kiddie. And I know a lot of people really didn't like little Anakin's performance. I don't know why. I actually don't know why people do. That is something that really surprised me, that people really hated him so much. The fight scene between Darth Maul and Liam Neeson and Obi-Wan, Ewan McGregor, that was a great fight scene. So I'll give it a C. If I give this a C, then I feel like I have to bring Return of the Jedi down. No, I'll just put it at B. I'll give it a B. I'm going to be generous. I'm going to give it a B. I have a feeling that this is going to get controversial. Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. This one was awful, in my opinion. This one was so bad. Infamous quotes like, I hate sand. Is that how it goes? I hate sand, the meme. Jar Jar Binks. Just, what can you say about this one? This one was just terrible. I'm going to put it at an E. I'm going to do it. It's all the way down here. And the only reason it's not getting an F is because it does make sense in the progression of the prequel trilogy, and you do need it, and it is a part of a larger story. So I'm going to give it that. But yes, E is where it will live. I really hated Jar Jar Binks. Oh, no. Not you again. Star Wars Episode 3. Now, okay. Initially, when I was thinking about this tier list before, I thought that I was going to rank this up with 4 and 5. But the more I've thought about it, I am going to give it a B. And here's why I'm being so generous. Some of you might think this is generous. I really liked the tragedy and the progression of Anakin as a character. I liked knowing that it was going to be a tragedy and seeing how that ended up. But there were a lot of cheesy moments, especially with poor Ewan McGregor, with lines like, it's over, Anakin, I have the high ground. Only a Sith deals in absolutes. Lines like that were just really stupid. So I didn't like some of the ways they executed the filmmaking of this, but I also really liked the really tragic elements of it, like with Anakin's downfall, and ironically with him killing the kids. It was heartbreaking, but it was I don't know. I think it was a good storytelling technique. Oh no! Oh no! I wasn't prepared for that! Oh my god! Oh no! Crap! I'm way too sensitive. So I'll give it a B. That might be really generous. I don't know how to move things once I've set them in Photoshop, so that's where they will stay. Alrighty, we are on to Lord of the Rings. Actually, you know what? I was gonna rank all 3, but they're all S tier, so we don't even need to do that. We're just gonna put this little Lord of the Rings icon here at S tier, where it deserves to be, and just know that all 3 of them are up there in my mind. I loved Lord of the Rings. I think it was amazing. Cinematic masterpiece. So beautiful. Best ever secondary character, Samwise Gamgee. Amazing. All 3 of them just live up here, and I'm not going to put the other 2 up here. You can just know that that's how I feel about the entire trilogy. I think it is a perfect trilogy. It is probably the best trilogy I've ever seen, and my second favorite trilogy is coming later. Oh, Spaceballs. This is where I might lose some people. Oh no. Oh no. I didn't like Spaceballs. I'm not a fan of spoofs, to be honest. I can't say that I'm not a fan of Mel Brooks because I actually love Young Frankenstein. That's a movie that I grew up with as a child. I didn't enjoy it. I thought a lot of the jokes were kind of trying to be nice. I thought it was kind of dumb. I don't know how else to say it. I completely understand that it's beloved and a lot of people love it. Tyler is one of those people. He loves it. He quotes it all the time. It's just not a movie that I enjoy. So, yeah, that seems fair. Right next to Attack of the Clones. That's fair. I'm sorry if I'm upsetting some of y'all. It's just my opinion. Ooh, the next one. Alien. I love Alien. I mean, I hate Alien because it's horrifying and terrifying and it gives me nightmares, but I love Alien because it's a masterpiece of a movie. Oh, I forgot about that! And I love my man Ridley Scott, and this movie is getting an S tier because Alien is one of the few horror films that I would watch again because I just found it so incredible and I thought it was just so impeccably well made. You know that a horror film, if it makes it into the S tier for me, that it means it's a great movie because I don't like horror movies, but Alien is just it's perfect. It's incredible. Now on to the sequel, Aliens. Aliens was really good. I actually really liked it. I don't think it deserves an S tier, but it was still really well done as an action movie. Like, it's a great action movie. I'm gonna give this an A. An A for Aliens. There you go. The Matrix. A great movie. Fantastic. I don't really have much to say about it other than it is clearly S tier. This movie blew my mind. Wachowskis are great. The writing was amazing. S tier. We're going from a movie I loved to a movie I didn't love. The Fifth Element. So I loved the cast. I love Gary Oldman. I love Bruce Willis. Love Ian Holm. I think now after seeing a couple Luc Besson films, I don't think I'm a big fan of him. I mean, I don't know him personally. I just don't think I'm a big fan of his work, so I think that might be what this is. But this film was just a bit too much for me, a bit too wacky, a bit too out there. I think I was probably expecting something different than what I got when I sat down to watch it, but it just, I don't know. I don't think I would ever really rewatch it again. I didn't, I managed to have fun while watching it when I watched it with you guys, but it really just, the thumbnail on my video for this one really says it all. Like, that's how I felt. I'm going to give it a D because I still put it above Spaceballs, but I didn't really like The Fifth Element that much. I'm sorry. I know there's a huge cult following for it out there. I know a lot of you guys love it. It's just not my cup of tea, if I'm being perfectly honest. I'm not going to be ranking all the Marvel movies because that would be insane. So what I figured I could do is just put my favorite Marvel movie on here. Captain America, the First Avenger. See, this is where I'm starting to feel conflicted because I do think Captain America is better than these guys. It. It's an A. Why not? We'll put it at A because it made me cry a lot. Oh, God. Okay, it's glued to Aliens now. It's forever cemented there. Hugo Weaving. Love him. Great villain. And I really like Cap's story a lot. I think it's a really heartwarming, beautiful, sad story. Yeah. I don't know if I'm doing this right, guys. Like, I'm starting to second guess like some of my rankings, but like maybe I shouldn't worry about it too much. It is time for a favorite of mine. Probably one of the favorites, if not the favorite movie that I've seen here on my channel so far, and that is Gladiator. Let me tell you something. I did not think I was gonna love this movie that much when I sat down to watch it. Holy moly, this movie is incredible. Man, I really am just a Ridley Scott fan. S tier all the way. This movie is beautiful, incredible storytelling, cinematography-wise, writing-wise, acting-wise. Joaquin Phoenix is phenomenal. Let me tell you. Beautiful movie. I've literally told all my girlfriends that they need to watch this movie because they all think it's like a bro film, and I'm like, it's not. It's about bromance, sure, but it's also about family and like fighting for what is right. It's beautiful, damn it. I love it. Okay, anyway, moving on. Oh, so I'm seeing a lot of Firefly, which we're not gonna rate Firefly, but we are gonna rate Serenity. Obviously, my rating on the series kind of factors into the movie Serenity because like you can't really love the movie Serenity without having watched the show Firefly. You wouldn't follow any of it. You wouldn't be invested in the characters in the same way. I loved this movie. I really liked it. And obviously it's because I also loved the series. Oh my God, I don't know. I'm gonna give it an S. An S for Serenity. Alliteration. It makes sense. I'm gonna give it an S. I loved it. I loved the world of Firefly. I loved all the characters, and I think certain things that happen in the end of the movie really raise the stakes. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, watch it. Oh my God! This is insane! This movie is too much! You feel safe for so much of the movie, and then all of a sudden you don't feel safe anymore. And so I really like elements like that. If certain things hadn't happened near the end of the movie, this would get an A, not a S. The Thing. This movie gets an A. I'm not giving it an S solely because you could not pay me enough money to watch it again. Because it was so scary. So this gets an A for me because I literally will not touch it with a 10-foot pole. I don't want it. It was great and horrifying. The Exorcist. This movie, I think this movie, I'm gonna give this movie a B. I think it was really well done. You know, great cinematic experience. I don't think it was as well done as something like The Thing. I don't know if I have like concrete reasons why I feel like it should just go here. It looks so wrong here being next to like Phantom Menace. Now that I'm seeing what I've done, but I can't move it. Here it shall live next to some of the Star Wars prequels. Oh, we got a sweet one coming next. Okay. All right. The Never-Ending Story. I didn't really grow up with this movie. You know, it came out way before I was born. So for me, you know, I watched it for the first time with you guys as an adult. And I think it was really sweet and really beautiful, but it doesn't really hold a lot of meaning for me. So I'm going to give it a C. That might be sacrilegious to some of you who grew up with it, but I have not forgotten our tax, and that scarred me. So the second I saw the artwork for this movie, I'm like, I'm not gonna cry. I'm gonna be fine. This is kind of cheesy looking, and I already cried. It's getting a C. Another kind of scary movie, I guess, is A Nightmare on Elm Street. This one was weird. I didn't dig it, I'm not gonna lie. It was a little like campy. I don't know if campy's even the right word. It was just a little tacky for my taste. You know, some of the things they did in the movie were pretty cool, like the blood, with the blood like gushing out of the bed. But you just couldn't, I won't watch it again. So I'm gonna give it an E. V for Vendetta. I really liked this movie. I think it was good. I think there were things about it that maybe could have been better, but in terms of like the writing and the plot, I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna give it an A. Do I want to give it an A or a B? Wait, I don't know. I don't know. I'm really overthinking it now, aren't I? No, I'm gonna give it an A. Okay. This one, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. This one was so cute and super sweet in the end. I will say, John Candy's character drove me crazy for half the movie. But that's the point, you know? Like, I think you're either a Steve Martin or you're a John Candy in this movie. I think I'm gonna put Planes, Trains, and Automobiles at C too, because it's funny, it's delightful, it's perfect for the holidays, but it's not like a cinematic experience like The Exorcist is, but neither is The Phantom Menace, and I can't move it. Home Alone. This one is so cute. And quite honestly, everything about it is great. And I think I'm just gonna give it a C as well for Christmas, you know? C in my book is still good. Like, I don't know. It's not until we're starting to get into E and F that I'm starting to really not want to watch these movies anymore. I mean, maybe I don't want to watch The Fifth Element either, but anything C and up, I'm down to watch. Lethal Weapon. This movie, I feel like people are gonna disagree with me on this one. I didn't love it. I'm so nervous about posting this now. So the reasons I didn't like this movie, one, I'm not a fan of hammy acting, so I really didn't enjoy Mel Gibson's performance, except, you know, there were moments. I just don't think I'm a fan of the style of movie that it was, like that kind of old school cop movie with all the saxophone music and all, I don't know. I don't know if I'm explaining it right. I think I'm gonna give it a D because I think it deserves to be above Attack of the Clones. Sleepless in Seattle. This movie is very sweet, you know? It's nice. It's adorable. I don't think it's one of Nora Ephron's best movies. You know, I love Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks, and it was really sweet, but I think, like, it's fine, you know? I'll give it a C. That's what I'll give it. It's time for Bond. James Bond. Casino Royale. This one was good. It was fun. There was an interesting little plot twist thrown in there that I somehow didn't see coming. Part of me wants to give it C for Casino Royale, but then part of me wants to put it at B for Bond. What do you guys think? I can't ask you because you're not here right now. What would you do? Let's give it a B for Bond. That's what I'll do. I'll do B for Bond. There, it's cemented. I can't change it now. Oh my goodness, we got a doozy next. 50 Shades of Grey. This one clearly belongs up here. No, I'm just kidding. It belongs way down here. F for 50 Shades. Perfect alliteration, but very fun. I will say I had a lot of fun watching it. We now have an unbelievable masterpiece, a beautiful movie, Moonlight. I loved this movie. It was incredible, great writing, great direction. I freaking loved everything about it, man. It was great. So it goes up here in the S tier. I'm gonna do Hot Fuzz next. I skipped the other two movies in the Cornetto trilogy because this one here was my favorite. I really liked Hot Fuzz. Thought it was really witty, really funny. And quite honestly, I think I'm gonna give it an A. I think the editing was really genius. I loved the characters and their progression. I think the writing was just super witty and hysterical, and I really, really, really liked it. Next, we have Saving Private Ryan. I don't think I need to elaborate on this one at all. It belongs up here, obviously. S tier, Saving Private Ryan. Perfect alliteration. Also, it's a great movie. It's great. 300. This one was fine. You know, there are moments in it that are really cool, especially like the art style for it. Some of the acting moments and some of the writing was really cool. But all in all, I consider this a dude movie, and I don't think I'd ever really want to watch it again. We're just going to put 300 at C and call it a day. I feel like that's generous. Zack Snyder did a good job. There's no shade. It's not my cup of tea as a movie. It feels like a dude movie to me. The Princess Bride. This one was very cute, very nostalgic, very sweet, very funny. The writing is great. It's just very charming, very, very fun. I'm going to give it a B. I'm going to give it a solid B for Bride. Silence of the Lambs. And with all those S's, you know where this has to go. Right up here.
He won't come after me.
Yes, he will! It's a great movie. Inception. Inception was good. Would I call it great? No. I would say it was good. I'd probably give it a B. Yeah. I think it's above 300. I don't even know that this is how I feel, apparently. I just don't know how to move things. 'Tis what it is. Blade Runner was great. Ridley Scott, again, amazing. Great cinematography, great lighting, great art design and style, great everything. I will say I don't think I'd watch this movie again, or at least not anytime soon, because it is very long, very slow. But in terms of the way it's executed as a film, it definitely deserves an A in my book. So that is where it will go. We're going to do one Indiana Jones movie, and I'm going to do my favorite, and that is It's The Last Crusade. I always mix the titles up. I love Sean Connery as his dad. It is adorable. This story is great. It's got the perfect balance of action and comedy and heartfelt, beautiful moments. I just love it. I'm tempted to put it up here just because I think it deserves to go above like The Phantom Menace and Episode 3 of Star Wars. I think it deserves to go above them. I decided to do one movie from the Dark Knight trilogy, and that is The Dark Knight. Great movie. Fantastic villain portrayed by the amazing Heath Ledger. I think it deserves an A. How to Train Your Dragon. Y'all can make fun of me all you want. I don't care. This is going all the way to the top. And man, does it look really weird next to Silence of the Lambs. I love Toothless. Toothless is the cutest thing ever. Oh my God. Woo! I freaking loved this movie. When I say How to Train Your Dragon, I really mean the entire trilogy. I don't just mean the one movie. I mean all three of them. If I hadn't seen Lord of the Rings, How to Train Your Dragon, this would have been my favorite trilogy. This is the one I was referring to before. This trilogy was so special and perfect in my mind. So yes, it is all the way up here at S tier. I adored it. I think it is perfect. Everything about it. You've got Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Now, I'm a little biased because this one definitely holds a special place in my heart. I grew up with these books. I love this world, and I definitely think that this movie was like a perfect encapsulation of the first book, and I'm gonna give it an A. I'm not gonna give it an S because I think that's reserved for movies that just like move me in a really special kind of way or are just, again, cinematic masterpieces. And Harry Potter I don't think is a cinematic masterpiece, but I think it's a really well-made movie and really beautiful and fun. So it's gonna live next to The Dark Knight. Okay, we've got two more we're gonna end with. One is The Shawshank Redemption. We don't even need to talk about it. We know where this is gonna go. All the way up here. Obviously, because S, Shawshank, but also because it's freaking amazing. It's an amazing movie. And last but not least, we're going to end with The Green Mile, because I watched that relatively recently. And this one, another Frank Darabont movie right after The Shawshank Redemption, I'm going to give this a B, because I think ultimately it's not one of those movies that I really feel called to watch again anytime soon. It did move me a lot, like I cried a lot. It was really beautiful, but I didn't think it was as impeccably well done as something like Shawshank, and it was kind of hard not to compare the two because they're both Stephen King adaptations. They're both by the same director. All in all, I think it was a well-made movie, but I think there are things that maybe could have been improved upon slightly, but it was still really, really well done, still really beautiful, and I enjoyed it. So it shall live in the B tier. Well, that's the list, and this isn't every single thing I've watched, but this is a fair amount. I'd be lying if I said I wouldn't change a thing. There are already some things I would change, but for the most part, I'd say that this is pretty accurate. My opinion on all this may change in another year if we decide to do this again. If you guys want to see something like this again, I would love to know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. Do you think that I'm wrong? Do you think that I'm right? What do you think I'm wrong about? What do you agree with? I would love to know your thoughts. Did I upset any of you by putting something like Spaceballs or The Fifth Element near the bottom? Or do you agree with me on some of my S tier choices? I'd love to know. I'm excited to watch more movies with y'all in the future. Got a lot of awesome suggestions in the comments, a lot of really great movies that I still haven't seen. So I'm excited to continue the variety and continue to watch some awesome stuff here with you on my channel. But for now, that's all I have for you guys in this video. So if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up because it really helps me out. It lets me know that you guys want to see stuff like this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below and whether or not you agree with this tier list, what your thoughts are. I'd love to hear that. And until the next one, stay golden. Bye.